A woman from Scotland came to me saying she wanted a pair of earrings. Her grandmother had left her a few pearls, along with a wooden board removed from an old loom, covered in marks left decades ago. She said, "I want these marks to be part of the earrings." She told me her family had been weavers for 4 generations, and her grandmother had woven tartan in the Highlands her whole life. Her hands were rough, but the cloth she made was delicate. I remember watching her weave as a child, the shuttle moving back and forth, the warp and weft threads interlacing, making a clicking sound. Those crisscrossing lines, they're what time looks like. She showed me the wooden board covered in countless fine scratches, crisscrossing like the warp and weft of fabric. She said it was the loom's press plate. Every time she wove, it would leave such marks, and over decades they formed this dense grid. I decided to replicate this texture on the earrings. I made long, thin bases from 925 sterling silver, and with a carving knife, I carefully etched crisscrossing patterns on the front, thin vertical and horizontal lines, like the warp and weft of cloth, like the traces left by countless repeated weaving motions. I made the lines shen chen bu yi, deep and shallow, to mimic the 3-dimensional feel of real fabric, so that anyone seeing them would sense these were weaving marks themselves, not just decorative patterns. She said, "When weaving, cloth has 2 sides. The front is the pattern you see, exquisite, complex. The back is where all the thread ends gather, rough, real. I want the earrings to be like this. One side for others to see, the other for me to know." I chose 2 pearls, one set at the root of the ear stud, round and plump, like the starting point of weaving. The other hanging at the bottom of the earring, like the final stitch of a woven piece. She said, "Grandma used to say, weaving is like life. It has a beginning and an end, but the real importance lies in the back and forth of the shuttle in between." When finished, I sent the earrings to her. She replied with a photo, her standing in front of the old loom wearing the earrings. The silver earrings hung by her ears. The warp and weft pattern on the front faced outward, and in the light, the dense crisscrossing lines were clearly visible, like real cloth reflecting light. The bottom pearl swayed gently as she turned her head, echoing the top pearl, as if 2 eras were having a silent conversation. She said, "When I wear them to work, every time I lower my head, I can feel that weight. The top pearl is Grandma's hands, the bottom one is mine, and the warp and weft lines in between are all the back and forth and persistence passed down between us." She turned her head slightly, and the earrings swayed. The polished back occasionally glinted. She said, "Many people only see the pattern on the front and think it's delicate and beautiful. But only I know that the smooth silver back is my part. Behind the glamour, there's simple persistence no one else sees. Just like Grandma, she wove her whole life. Others saw beautiful, neat tartan, but she knew it was just the same repeated motion every day. The shuttle going back and forth, day after day. She said she would wear these earrings forever. And those warp and weft lines would remind her, life is just like this. Show the world the exquisite front. Keep the real back for yourself. The top is the beginning. The bottom is the end, and all the crossing, repeating, and shuttling in between is the true life."